Nene's in Canada on her little apology tour. She started with Eva. But here's the question. Do we really need NeNe back? Hey guys, Gigi is back. Are y'all ready to get into I'm sitting here thinking about loving hip hop. I just watched that episode, Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's what we're gonna get into today. I mean, y'all, I'm honestly, this whole NeNe situation and then the nerve she got to be talking about Porsha leaking her text is like revenge porn. Girl, you are absolutely delusional with that. We're going to talk about everything, but first, do your girl a favor, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if it's your first time clicking into one of your girl Gigi's videos, let me welcome you to Big What's Up. Go ahead and join the fam, okay, by hitting that button so you can get acquainted with me and I can get acquainted with you and we can stay talking about these shows, the reality TV ratchetry that stay coming on every day of the week, okay? So the ratchetry we're going to be talking about today, though, is Real Housewives of Atlanta. So basically the episode opens up with NeNe floating her little self in, you know, legs, honey, legs. Sits down and literally everybody gives her the look the other way, right? And they're in the middle of Cynthia and Kenya's conversation, obviously confronting her about, you know, possibly messing up the proposal. Now, Kenya's claiming she ain't mean no harm. I don't think it was like a malicious thing, but Kenya definitely wanted to be, she was so focused on, I need to be the one to say that I need to prove that I'm Cynthia's friend by knowing, you know, this big thing is going to happen in her life, that you totally forgot that if you tell her, you was going to spoil it. Like, duh. And now Mike going to be pissed off because he been trying to surprise her because she been thirsty all season waiting on this nigga to drop on one knee. But nonetheless, they end up making up. Now, they end up going out, Tanya takes them to the Kings and Queens, like, carnival thing that they do, because it's like a whole week event. Now, NeNe ain't literally got no friends. Like, the only person, ironically, she can talk to is Kandi. Like, the full circle, huh, NeNe? Somebody that you couldn't stand, what's unimportant, all that type of stuff is the only one who can give you some airtime. Like, this is just, I tell you, it's just karma comes around right on time. It just always does. So now they're, you know, they go to the little King and Queen event, and then after that, they go out to the hotel to chill and stuff. So Kandi, NeNe, Shovana, as NeNe said, and Marlo are sitting in, you know, the hotel room, chit-chatting it up. Now, I tell y'all, Kandi definitely has a way of stirring the pot and nobody not really realizing Kandi stirring in the pot, because she's like the epicenter of all the gossip, because Kandi is the one person that everybody talks to. So Kandi really is the one with all the juice that, you know, she go around telling everybody, okay, she said this, she said that. You know, Kandi really is, you know, the master of this all. She know how to play this game right. But she's asking NeNe, like, why were you so quiet when you came in? And she was like, I just didn't know what y'all were talking about. And then I realized, you know, y'all were talking about, you know, Kenya possibly messing up, you know, Cynthia's proposal. And while she said that she missed it and everything, you know, she, you know, so-called misses this sisterhood. But you blew that up yourself, NeNe, you know, trying to be the HBIC and stuff, you know, Queen Bee and everything. You did that to yourself. But now you want to come back crawling to these females, the ones that you said you basically didn't need. And now here you are parched for airtime. That's basically what it is. So, back to, Kandi asking her about why she ain't say nothing. And she was like, girl, as soon as I heard Kenya and that whole proposal thing, you know, I already don't fuck with her because of what she did at Marlo's wig event. Now, Marlo definitely got embarrassed. That's going to be one of the Housewives, you know, moments, top 10 moments when they do the countdown. Marlo for sure going to end up on there with that event. But, yeah, she obviously don't like Kenya. We know they don't vibe. Like, they just are constantly in a butt heads. It's like Clash of the Titans between them two. But Marlo was talking about how, you know, Cynthia, she really wish Cynthia would have said something about Kenya messing up her event. And she sat down with her and asked her, like, you know, straight up, do you think it was wrong? Now, one thing about Cynthia, if she's your friend, she not really going to sell you down the river like that. She said a very political answer talking about, you know, it's something that I wouldn't have done. Basically, yes, Kenya was wrong that she did it. Cynthia, she absolutely was wrong, but she's not going to flat out say it, for one, because Kenya would feel betrayed if she, you know, went and told Marlo of all people that she thought she, you know, was wrong for doing it. And secondly, Cynthia doesn't like to get in arguments with Kenya. Like, she's just going to let it be. But Marlo was messy talking about, well, has she, you know, told me the truth? I might have told who recorded her. So now it's questioning who's the goddamn snake in the room. Don't nobody know. At this point, Tanya comes in And KMZ, as they called her, starts asking about the B. Scott situation in the card. Now, NeNe says she don't be talking to blogs, but you know, everything that I've seen, everybody says that NeNe definitely be talking to some people, some journalists, some bloggers, for sure. And they apparently got proof, you know, that she just, you know, ain't this as far off from the blogs as she be trying to claim. Now, she looked at Kandi and said, look, you, instead of looking at the most obvious person, how about you look at the least obvious person, obviously hinting to Kenya. Now, either one of these hoes could have did it, honestly. Kenya or NeNe could have did it. They both have motives too. NeNe wants to look good. She needs to prove that she, you know, she's not this horrible bitch and that she's trying to, you know, be best friends with Cynthia again. And Kenya could have did it because it falls in line of, here goes NeNe, you know, trying to play the, you know, the good person when we all know she's done bad things to everybody. Like, both of them definitely have motives. So, and neither of them can be trusted because they both, you know, are alpha themselves, which is why they butt heads, because they so much goddamn alike, if you ask me. But, you know, Kandi's like, it was word for word, girl. Like, so they brought up how Cynthia apparently had lost the card and, you know, found it later in the night. So somewhere in between that time, somebody could have took a picture, anything, and sent it out to B. Scott. So, but what made me laugh though was the way that Yovana looked at NeNe when she called her by the wrong name. And it's like, dang, girl, you could tell that Yovana is just a person of convenience for NeNe. She's my girl, the blonde wig, the blonde, thought you supposed to leave that to me. Like, NeNe, you are just so full of yourself. It's just like, ugh, makes me sick. So the next day, they actually do fittings. Now, Tanya, y'all, I love Tanya. She needs to be the one who plans all the trips because that girl will have activities. She'll have your whole day planned. Tanya, and she's like a good host. She just does everything right. And I'm glad that she's just a friend of the show. She's not a whole thing, so they can't fully corrupt her. But I just enjoy Tanya's energy so much. She's happy, bubbly. But she gets these outfits made for them, obviously for Carnival the next day. And everybody's concerned because they're like, dang, you know, we all been eating good. We a little thick, you know, slim thickums. And Kandi puts her on. And Kandi look good. Like, Kandi's like, I've been enjoying my life eating well. And we could tell it went all straight to her booty. You know, thick with 3 C's. Thick. Kandi's thick. Okay? Marlo comes out, looks good. Yovana's like, I can't put this on because, you know, I got a little wolf monkey down here, you know, the famous words of Mike Epps. Even that little wolf puss. What's that, Friday After Next, where he talked to Miss Pearly. So, yeah, everybody tries it on, but Cynthia and Kenya ditch as soon as NeNe comes in, you know, trying to talk to everybody. Now, NeNe's supposed to be leaving the day after, I think, or tomorrow or something like that. So she's using this opportunity to talk to Eva. So she's like, Eva, come here, I want to talk to you. Now, she basically flat out says, like, look, we need to figure out this issue because, you know, we've been good girlfriends. I don't know where we went wrong. And that just set me off because it's like, NeNe, you have problems with all these people. How are you confused about where you went wrong? Especially with Eva after the reunion when they showed you exactly what you did wrong. You went to that girl with your mic on when she specifically told you, the only person I will talk to is you with no cameras, no mics. And you even said yourself out loud, oh my God, Eva's gonna be mad. So you knew you were dead ass wrong when you did that. So now Eva's like telling her, like, look, like, I'm sitting here, you know, venting to you about how I felt. And the only way I even found out that you did that is by TV. You didn't even have the guts to come and tell me that that's what happened before I saw it, you know, during the reunion. And then when she tried to confront her at the reunion, she basically dismissed her. Like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, bitch, that ain't my problem. And that's your issue. Every time somebody comes to you and tries to confront you about their problem with you, you're very dismissive. Don't nobody want to deal with that, NeNe. Nobody wants to be friends with somebody who can't take their feelings into consideration. And obviously it has been backfiring on you because nobody wants to be friends with you no more. You thought everybody was going to be up your ass 24/7 because you felt you were the queen. But, I mean, do you not know how these stories go, NeNe? The queen always get beheaded at some point. And right now it is off with your head. Off. All the way. Done. Chopped off. So, she apologized, but did she really, y'all? She kind of does, like, you know, I want to say sorry. I apologize for hurting your feelings. You know, I never wanted to make you feel that way. Now, Eva accepts it, but to me, the apology should have been, look, Eva, you know I realized that I didn't respect your wishes and not, you know, coming to you with no microphone or cameras around. I, you know, went against you and I can see how, you know, that's messed up and I apologize for doing that. She didn't say that. NeNe is very good at skirting around a real apology for what she did wrong, because that bitch never is wrong in her eyes. So after everybody tries on the stuff, they end up going, what happened after that actually? Oh, they go to the Sky Tower or whatever. So everybody's going to the Sky Tower, and Tanya tells them what they're doing. I guess it's like a huge tourist attraction, and everybody's like, I will not. I'll be damned if I go and hang out this tower and die today. Tanya talking about this would be a sisterhood of it, like we could die together. Everybody's like, who dying today? Not me. But Kandi's like an adrenaline junkie. She had no problem with it. But they all get into the building, and Eva takes that time to kind of fill the other girls in on what NeNe said. Now, she tells them how, NeNe apologized, and Kenya's like, well, do you think it was sincere? She couldn't tell because her glasses were on. But Giovanna, in the meantime, is talking to Porsha and Kandi as well. And she's kind of saying how NeNe feels that every time she does something, it takes everybody forever to get over it. And, she's always, the last person that people want to talk to. And Portia's like, just so much has happened. Like, I just don't have the energy. And every time you try to talk to NeNe, she gets defensive. Like, nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody does. So Portia's kind of like, when the time is right, then we can eventually talk. So the rest of the girls that go up start hanging off the tower and stuff. And NeNe ain't here for it. She's afraid of heights. So her and Eva take their ass to go eat, some lunch, some seafood and stuff, and kind of talk about the rest of the girls. So, Marlo and his wig. Marlo, why ain't you never got no wig glue, child? Like, your wig stay getting ready to fly off. And if that hoe fell off, Eva, I know, would have roasted you to filth, and I would have been here for every minute of it. So, but yeah, so Eva and NeNe are talking, and, Eva's kind of like, okay, well, me and you are on a better place now. Who else do you need to talk to? Maybe like Porsha. And she's talking about how she feels the type of way because her and Porsha really were sisters, and how dare she, post the text that she sent her. She feels that, she embarrassed her, and that's almost as if, a husband had leaked the nudes of his wife, like revenge porn. I swear, NeNe, are you really that much crazy that you think Porsha leaking some text of you calling her a big fat ass bitch, piggy, all type of stuff? You were trying to compare that to revenge porn? Are you serious? First of all, the only time a person gets the nudes is when they are wanting to send them to their husband and wife because they're in a good place. You flat out texted Porsha because you felt some type of way about her being scared. The child was pregnant, and you was going apeshit in that closet. You broke somebody's tooth. You broke a producer's tooth, NeNe. Like, you weren't acting in your right mind. Porsha had the right to actually have some type of anxiousness around you in that situation. You pulled or ripped the shirt, everything. You were acting out of your mind. So now you wouldn't be mad that she was saying that she felt the type of way about that because you feel like she did you dirty. Okay, I'm gonna text you this horrible ass text messages. Porsha was in every bit of right to let everybody know how dirty you are, because every time you feel like somebody does this inch of a thing to you, you can go and belittle them, talk bad about them. You have the right to do it. Everybody's a bad friend. You're never the bad friend. Everybody else is wrong. It's everybody else's fault except yours. And if I was Porsha and I got a text message like that from you, no, we're not friends no more. You ain't getting ready to talk about me, especially being pregnant. And then it still got the nerve to be like, I ain't saying nothing wrong because she really was fat. And then he was like, NeNe, that's mean. So you really ain't sorry at that because you are still continuing to call this girl names. You of all people got the nerve to be talking about somebody fat. You've been nip tucked, sucked, got a liposuction in your stomach, everything. You got everything done on you, so now you feel like because you Malibu Barbie, everybody else is just, bodies filled. Porsha got body, and got ass for days. So, like, I'm gonna need you to fix it because you are literally built like a rectangle, a rhombus. Like, I'm gonna need you to fix it. You got your nose done. One more time, you're gonna be out here like Michael Jackson. Like, you've been, I swear, you've been on that surgery table so many times. You obviously have insecurities, and you want to be pointing out everybody else's. Like, NeNe, I'm so done with you. Can't be friends with you. But Eva's like, okay, well, after Porsha, obviously she wants to make it with Cynthia because that's the personal thing. Now, Kenya, she ain't gonna be friends with Kenya, and they don't need to be. They, like, why try to be friends with somebody you don't fuck with? Like, don't do it. But Kenya was right. NeNe been off on that island real dry, and she needs to come back, so she's slowly working her way. First it was, first it was Eva. Now she got to work on Porsha, then Cynthia. And then, no, actually she made up with Kandi first, because Kandi the only person who would talk to her. And so she got 2 more people that she thinks she gonna be real good back in the sisterhood again, but I don't think it's gonna be that easy, NeNe. So, after they do like the little hang tower thing, it's time for them to go out. Tanya has planned like a little family, dinner or whatever. And everybody gets dressed. Porsha's in the middle of getting dressed, and some ugly ass flowers come in through the door from Nenes talking about doggone it or something like that. She calls her sister Lauren, and Lauren is not amused. She's like, oh, he sent some flowers again. He really know how to send some flowers overseas or something like that. And Porsha, you are just such a sap for Dennis's little actions of love. Like, he sent you some flowers. She's like, he's really trying, thank God. But I feel like Dennis really isn't doing the work. He's only doing these little actions that show he likes you. But the true work is, do y'all even really know each other? Do y'all really go out on dates and talk to each other? Like, have you sat down and do like, the why did I get married type thing? Like, make lists of things that you want each other to fix, or, things y'all want to do better in y'all's relationship. Have y'all done that type of work? I don't think y'all have. Dennis, you talking about he in the doghouse, but girl, he not, because he clearly still hitting it. He knocking the box out, when he Netflix and chilling with you and gets you drunk, because he knows that always works. But Porsha, I get you want this family, and Dennis knows exactly what to do, because here he is showing up when Tanya opened the door. It's her husband walking in, and she's like, and Dennis is behind him. And he's like, yeah, Dennis texted, so I want to go get my girl. And he's like, well, come on in. So now Tanya's excited because she obviously loves them two together. Tanya's just a hopeless romantic. So for her, it's like she's just happy to have a dude showing Porsha some love. So now Dennis sits down and he pulls out a ring. I couldn't tell if it was the same ring or a different one. I'm going to assume it's the same one. But, yeah, she's like, so what are you going to do? He's like, yeah, I came to get my woman. And so she's like, you got to propose again? He's like, yeah. He's like, I got to figure out how to do it. So on the way to, the family friend party, everybody starts impersonating each other. The joke was funny. Of course, Kandi did NeNe like square on. Now, Yovanna, Yovanna, why are you here? Why are you here is the question. Kenya did Tanya. Now, Eva did Marlo. She did her right. She did her good. And then who else did they do? Oh, Yovanna tried to do Porsha, and then I think that was it. But they arrived to the little thing, and everybody's sitting down and stuff, and they're trying to. We gotta talk about Paul. Paul walked in with his nice caramel macchiato fine self. Everybody was like, you see the way him and Tanya like embrace each other. You can tell they genuinely love each other. They kissing and smooching. And Marlo talking about, hey, you got any friends, Paul? Not for you, Marlo. Because then Porsha, Kenya, and Kandi get up, and they're like, help me find somebody. And Portia's like, yeah, I can help you find somebody, daddy, or something like that. Y'all, I laugh so hard because we know Marlo likes them older men who could offer her, the finer things in life when she, does an exchange. We're just going to put it like that. But Kenya, Kandi, and Porsha, they're trying to figure out the snake situation. So they are like, we're going to play good cop, bad cop, and quiet cop, okay? So Kenya pulls Yovanna over. Now, Yovanna immediately could tell something was up because Portia's like, here, take this drink. Like, she was like, what's going on? And so straight up, they just like, look, we need to know about the snake. Like, you obviously know. Candy's like, she ready to crack. No, now, Yovanna, she ain't say nothing, but she said something at the same time. She's like, I don't know who it is or whatever. But Kenya said something like, she's like, well, how do you know those were recording anyway? So obviously Yovanna knows, but in a million ways of one, every time they asked her the same question different ways, she figured out a way not to say nothing. But she did kind of allude to the person was at the party. And so now Kenya's feeling like, bitch, like, well, if you ain't say nothing, you fake too, because she got the nerve to be like, oh, I'm observing stuff. It's looking like a little foo-foo, a little fakery. I said, yeah, you observing what? Okay, How about you need to observe a stylist? How about that, Yovanna? Observe a new wig. Observe a new occupation. Observe how are you that bitch from Clark. That's what we need to observe. But yeah, so everybody's like, Kenya's like, we need to figure out the snake. The snake. I was like, what the freak, Kenya? But since they couldn't get nothing out of her, we see Cynthia and NeNe trying to like a little bit of talking, because Marlo was trying to get them to say like how, you know, Cynthia wanted to, you know, say thank you for the card and stuff. And it was a little like chit chat between them, but definitely still a couple of digs. When Cynthia was like, well, can you like unblock me or something? She's like, well, bitch, you blocked me first. Like, NeNe loves having to point out what somebody else did instead of taking accountability of her own stuff. But Tanya gets up, does a little speech, just talking about, you know, her family and friends, and, you know, she's always in the spirit of love. And in the spirit of love, DJ kick it. And then it ends with us watching Dennis walk in and shocking Porsha, and we see him get to one knee. So obviously we can presume that he's going to propose. But that was the episode. Y'all tell me, do y'all think NeNe is only doing this apology tour because nobody's fucking with her? Or do you think she genuinely wants this AKA like sisterhood back that she's claiming? Who do we think is the snake? Do we even think there's a recording at this point? It could just be some buffoonery. But finally, next week, we're going to get to the real episode that everybody's been waiting for. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Drop in the comments on what you thought about the episode. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Deuces.